Say hello to my little friend. Alrighty then. You want to hear my dumbest person I ever saw in my life? Or the dumbest thing I ever saw a person do in my entire life? Story. Here it goes. I was delivering sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid. 99%. The strongest sulfuric acid known to man. Very dangerous stuff. And to deliver it, I had to back up to the customer's port and set up these very tall waist-high cones. And on top of these cones, they had unloading sulfuric acid, stay clear, stay back, do not enter. And then in between these cones, there was this yellow chain where you couldn't accidentally walk in between the cones without seeing the chain. And on the chain was hanging little plastic signs saying, do not enter. Unloading zone, do not enter. Okay, I am in my rubber suit, rubber jacket with a rubber hood, rubber pants, rubber boots, face shield, hard hat, respirator, rubber gloves, and I'm unloading. You know, the acid is under pressure going into the customer's port, and the thing is, the customer's port had a slight, steady drip, which dripped right down into their in-plant water supply that they recycled. So, you know, after telling them 10 or 20 times that their port was leaking and they did nothing, you just came to the realization that they didn't care that sulfuric acid, their sulfuric acid that they were paying for, was leaking. Okay, so there's also some construction going on inside this plant. And I see this guy carrying a big 2x6. It's dirty that they pulled out of the ground, carrying it on his shoulder. And I see him go and throw it over into a dumpster. And then he, you know, I'm not studying him, but I just seen what he did, and I turned back around and I'm looking at my pressure gauges, and out of the corner of my eye, I see this guy duck down under my chain that says, do not enter, unloading sulfuric acid. And I'm kind of shocked, and I look at him, and I'm got my respirator on, and I'm yelling, hey, hey, and through my respirator. Plus it's super, I mean, if you just can't imagine how loud it is in these plants. Some of them you have to wear headphones because it's so loud it'll damage your hearing. So I'm yelling and yelling at this guy to get out of my loading area. He walks over to the steady stream of sulfuric acid, puts his hands under the sulfuric acid as if it's water, and goes to washing his hands. The whole time with me screaming through my respirator, no, 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 get away, don't do it, stop. And of course, within a millisecond, he realizes that he has screwed up. So in the meantime, now that I know that he's done it, without a doubt done it, I had already started walking over there to the garden hose, or it's not really a garden hose, it's a flushing hose with plant water. It's not, you know, good clean city water, but it's recycled plant water. And it was on, and it's always on. And I pick up the hose and I hold it out, and he's screaming, what is it? What is it? I said, it's sulfuric acid, like the sign says. The sign that you dipped under that said sulfuric acid. Dumbest thing I ever saw a person do. Of course, he, you know, had to go to the hospital and get his hands doctored, and I just couldn't believe it. Could not believe anybody could go past all those signs saying, do not enter, sulfuric acid, come right over to where my hose is connected from my truck to the customer's port, and then stick his hands under it with somebody screaming at the top of their lungs, no, no, no. That was the dumbest. Maybe, you know, maybe he couldn't read. Maybe, in hindsight, it's been a few years and I've thought about it, maybe the guy just couldn't read. I can't imagine any other reason why he would duck under chains and he would see a guy That's another thing. You know, you would look at a guy standing covered in a rubber suit with a respirator and a face shield and rubber gloves and rubber boots, and you would think to yourself, man, that crap must be dangerous. I don't want to get anywhere near it. Nope, not this guy. Walked right beside me and stuck his hands under the trickle. Just blew my mind. That was the dumbest thing I ever saw anybody do at work. Let's go out here to the garage where you and I can be alone, okay? We gotta keep this on the down low and not tell anybody. All ready? There we are. Hello, my precious. Oh yeah, crispy. You know I like it like that. Oh yeah. Is that gross? Is that disgusting? Sorry.